Welcome each and every one of you to episode number 2 of my run through Resident Evil 4. So last episode the audio was a little bit fucked up. I am aware of that, and I also kinda talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the first episode. So here we are a little bit lucky because it's a chicken egg. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but apparently those chickens can drop eggs. They're just running around, but they don't do always, sometimes, and yeah. We didn't got too lucky because there are 3 different kinds of eggs that they can drop: white eggs, brown eggs, and golden eggs. And white eggs, the ones that we got, are the worst. Oh, and there's a golden eye, the best ones. So like the white eyes heal you a little bit, the brown eyes heal you a little bit more, and the golden eyes always are a full heal. Therefore they are like the best healing item that you can get, except for the red, green, yellow, or maybe the green, yellow herb. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I wanna read this thing here. So, about the blue medallions. 15 blue medallions, 7 in the farm, 8 in the cemetery. For those of you who destroy 10 or more will be awarded. The rest is illegible. So, this little mini game, this has nothing to do with lore. There are those things there. So we're at the farm, so here are, what does it say? 8 or 7. I'm going to read that in a moment again. So I don't want to waste ammunition, so I'm going to use the knife a lot. Up there is another one of it. I'm going to shoot that from the inside. Going to reload real quick, just so we don't get in any kind of trouble. We also can kill the cows as well. But, as far as I know, there's no real use to it. So it's not, you don't necessarily have to get all the blue medallions. It also doesn't give you any kind of bonus. But the minigame is kind of interesting because later on we will meet a shop owner. That guy sells weapons, and he also upgrades stuff for us. And he sometimes we can buy. Not sometimes. You can always buy some consumables as well. For example, you can buy healing spray from him, but yeah, you don't. What did I wanted to say? You're not able to buy ammunition by this guy, so he doesn't help you out with that. But, well, in New Game Plus he kinda does, because in New Game Plus you are able to buy, based on what game modes you already completed, you can buy some, okay, I'm doing that. After you've completed the game, you will be able to buy, for example, a rocket launcher with infinite ammunition, and then there's the side story, which I also will play after I played the main game, which is Separate Ways, where you play another character that has another story going on at the same time, at the same place, but it's another character. It's a little bit shorter. Well, it's way shorter. And in the Separate Ways if we finish the separate race campaign, then we unlock the so-called Chicago typewriter. So that one is sometimes a little bit tricky to hit. But you should be able to do it nevertheless. I don't think that I will hunt down all the medallions now, because, as I said, there's no real use to it to get all of them. I usually get all of them, but even though I know this game really damn well, I used to have trouble to find a specific medallion or something like that. I'm not entirely sure about that, but yeah, right here we found a little secret. This is a treasure that we can actually combine with other treasures to get a little extra worth of money out of it. So yeah, now we go up again. Well, I'm talking about so many stuff at the same time, so yeah, you get a bunch of, you can buy a bunch of cool items in the new game, plus if you manage to beat specific game modes, you get, like, as I told, rocket launcher with infinite ammunition in, if you beat the main game. You also get the Chicago typewriter, which is an extremely powerful machine gun with infinite ammunition, and also you get some kind of laser gun if you beat the professional mode, which is the higher difficulty, which we unlock by doing the normal mode. So somewhere out here there should be at least one more of those things. I didn't really count how many medallions I got, so one or two. Right here we have to do a little quick time event. So we have to push rapidly a specific button to run from the stone, and at the end we have to push like either R1 and L1 or quarter and X. Is quarter the right name for that button? I'm not entirely, I think not, but yeah. So those glowy spots are treasures, or like items that you can shoot, and then you can pick them up, as I just did. So now we have a little kind of interesting spot here with a little trap set up there, and there are those guys with the there are these guys. You can see one of them right there. I want to try something out. Okay. I think they're dead now. So shooting the dynamite while it's in midair is a kind of good strategy to fight these guys, as you're most likely going to kill them as the explosion most of the times hits the guys who want to throw it. So the explosions in this game are kind of weird, because they have like a higher range for enemies than that has for you. So there are specific moments where an explosion can happen, and you stay between the explosion and an enemy, and the enemy will get hit by it, but you don't. So that's because of the fact that for some reason the enemy hitboxes are bigger for explosions than they are for you. Oh shit, I forgot about that thing. So there's still this thing. Also, at the guy there where we can buy stuff. Well, I didn't talk about what that minigame just with the medallions gives us. If we manage to get enough medallions, we will be rewarded with the weapon, the special weapon that you otherwise can buy, I think, but at a later point in the game. I'm actually not entirely sure if you can buy it because I always do it, but I think so. And that weapon is like a normal pistol, but I think it was, yeah, it should have been the one where you have a little bit less damage than with the normal one, but your bullets go through your enemies and hit them in a line. So I personally don't like the weapon, I have to say that, because it's kind of specific when the moments where you can use that weapon are kind of specific. I kind of like to rely on the usual weapons. So now I'm about to trigger a new cutscene, where you meet one of my favorite characters of the game in this cutscene. So let's go ahead.
Little rough, don't you think? You're not like them?
No. You?
Okay, I have only one very important question. You got a smoke?
Got gum.
Perfect. The big cheese.
What?
So, I would say that's it for this episode. You know what, I'm going to play a little bit further. I'm just going to do a new save, just in case my capturing program is going to fuck up again. I don't like it when that happens, but it sometimes does.
Let us give you our power. Soon, you will become unable to resist this intoxicating power.
Hey, wake up.
Ay. Crawl out of one hole and into another.
You want to tell me what's going on here?
Americano, see? Now what brings a bloke like you to this part of the world? Oh, hey, easy, whoever you are.
Name's Leon. Came here looking for this girl. Seen her?
What, are you supposed to be a cop or something? Nah, you don't look the type.
Maybe.
Okay, let me guess. She's the president's daughter?
That's too good for a guess. Want to start explaining?
Psychic powers. Nah, just kidding with you, amigo. I overheard one of the villagers talking something about the president's daughter in the church.
And who might you be?
Me llamo Luis Serra. I used to be a cop in Madrid. But now I'm just a good-for-nothing guy who happens to be quite a ladies' man.
Why'd you quit?
Phew, policia. You put your life on the line. Nobody really appreciates you enough for it. Being a hero isn't what it's cracked up to be anymore.
Used to be a cop myself. Only for a day, though.
I thought I was bad.
Somehow I managed to get myself involved with the incident in Raccoon City on my first day in the force.
That is the incident with the viral outbreak, right? I think I might have seen a sample of the virus in a lab at the department.
Hey boy, I'm not done.
Do something, cop!
After you.
Now!
So, little dialogue.
It's Leon. Sorry I couldn't get in touch sooner, but I was a bit tied up.
You're okay, right?
I'm fine. There was a male civilian held captive. According to him, Ashley's in a church somewhere.
What happened to him?
He managed to escape.
Do you have a fix on the location of that church?
No, but apparently there's a secret passage in the village that leads there. I'm heading back to the village.
So, that cutscene was important in many ways. We got our first glance of the main boss of the first section of the game. Here we can see the guy with the shop.
Stranger.
So, also you saw we were injected with something. Obviously that's the virus, or more like the parasite. In this game we don't have a virus, and the enemies are technically no zombies. I'm going to talk about the parasite in a moment, or like maybe in another episode.
Got something that might interest you.
So here we have the shop now.
Got a selection of...
At first I'm going to sell some stuff,
What are you selling?
because the
Is that
treasures
all,
like
stranger? Thank
these
you.
things have no other
Thank you.
there's nothing else in the game you can do with them instead of selling them, but I didn't sold all of them. Some of them you can combine to get more worth out of it.
What are you buying?
Now let's see.
Is that all?
Obviously I want
Thank
the
you.
bigger case. I'm also taking the map. You
Is
know,
that all?
I basically don't
Thank
need it.
you.
The map shows you the location of all the treasures and also the blue medallions. There are one map for each section of the game. There are a total of 3. I'm also
Is that
going
all?
to buy this thing as well as the TMP.
Is that...
I'm kind of thinking of keep using that thing. Usually I swap later on in the game to another
Thank you. Is that...
rifle, another sniper rifle.
Thank you. What are you buying?
I'm also not going to tune up anything at this point, because for once I have only 400 of that money, whatever that is, left. But also, I think I won't upgrade any of those weapons. I'm not quite sure yet, I have to say that. Let's get a little bit of combining stuff to have our inventory a little bit more. Oh, sorry if the sirens are loud. I live in the middle of a city. So, let's get this out of the way. Oops. So, yeah, let's get a little bit of. I wanna have this stuff here in a way that I don't know the right words. I want to get some order into my stuff here. So throughout the game we can get several weapons. The TMP is like the only weapon that you always should upgrade. Unless you're doing some kind of speedrun or something. I'm not sure if you then upgrade that. Maybe you even do that, but I'm not sure. The TMP is the only weapon where you have no options given. So like with all the weapons in the game, it is like you are able to swap it out for another weapon of the same kind. So you have later on, and for some you have even more. Like you got like 3 or 4 pistols in the New Game Plus. You get another one extra. You have like, I think you have a total of 4 pistols in the main game without New Game Plus. Let me think about it. You have the Blacktail, the not striker, the one that you get for the medallions. The striker, the one for the medallions, the Blacktail, and there's also that one gun that with the no, there are 3 guns in the main game, and you can have one more in the in New Game Plus. Now combine this. So and you also have 3 different shotguns throughout the game, 2 different sniper rifles, and later on we get 2 more kinds of weapons: the grenade launch, the mine launcher. The mine launcher doesn't have any options as well, just as the TMP, but you get it later on the game anyways. And then you still have the magnums, and there are 2 of them. And it's basically up to you what kind of weapon you want to upgrade and what not. It's really just personal preference, if you ask me. I think there are some things where you can say that a certain weapon is objectively better than another one. Most of the times the weapons you get later on in the game are like the best options, but there are some categories other weapons just stand out. For example, the second handgun that we get has, as far as I know, the highest damage output, but it got a lower fire rate. It has a lower capacity of how many bullets it can carry in one round, and also you have like a huge if you shoot it's harder to aim because you have this how's it called, it backfires a little bit. If you rapidly fire, you have a really bad time aiming at specific targets and stuff like that. But you can buy another extra for that weapon to increase the accuracy and lower that knockback of that weapon when you shoot. But that obviously takes another extra spot in your inventory. Therefore, that's also some kind of drawback of that weapon again. But in the end, you then have the most powerful gun damage-wise. And the second shot, I think the first shotgun is also the one that has the most damage on one hit, but it's very slow and has a very low capacity of how many rounds it can carry around. The next shotgun is a semi-auto shotgun that has that reloads way faster and you can basically shoot a lot more, even though your single shot is less powerful, I think. especially in the end game. And the third shotgun is a shotgun where the bullets doesn't spread that much, so you can also use that shotgun on mid-range way better. So, yeah, it goes all down to personal preference. I'm not quite sure what kind of weapons I'm using with this character. I'm kind of thinking of using the second handgun, and the rest I want to use the first options. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode here, because yeah, you might have noticed that I didn't start the next section. I'm going to end this right here. And yeah, see you in the next episode. I have a lot of fun doing this, because this is one of my favorite games of all time. So see you in the next episode. Bye.